Welcome my dear student. Myself A.Venkatesan. In this video, we are going to learn the elementary math bulletin function, defining a scalar, rules for variable, assigning values to a variable. So first one, what does mean by math bulletin function? So in addition to the basic operations, expressions in Matlab can include functions. Matlab has very large of built-in functions. So a function has a name and an argument in parentheses. For example, we want to use the math built-in function for the square root of a function. Here, the name of the function is Sjctnc, the argument is x. For example, if you want to find the square root of 4 using Matlab, we can use the command window also. After the command prompt symbol, we are writing Sjctnc of within the bracket 4. That Sjctnc is name of the function and the 4 is an argument. So after enter that, the result is displayed as answer equal to 2. Similarly, we can use the argument as a variable or number or variable, and number and variable also possible. So for example, here I take the square root of 64. So therefore I take Sjctnc of 64. So after enter we can get the result is 8. So here within the argument I use some expression, that is within the bracket I use 50 plus 14 star 3. By precedence of arithmetic operator, the multiplication is evaluated first, then add with 50 and we can get the square root of value. Similarly here the expression, that is an argument, includes a function. So within the bracket I write 54 plus 9 multiply with the square root of 100. Once again, the order of precedence, the square root of 100 is evaluated first. So the square root of 100 is 10, then multiply with the 9, then we add with the 54, then we take the value of square root, is the result is 12. So like that we can find any math bulletin function for Sjctnc, that is square root of any numbers. And some other function is also there. The next one is the exponential. The exponential of math bulletin function is, we can write like that, exp of x. The name of the function is exp and argument is x. For example, I want to know the value of e power 0. We can write exp within the bracket 0. So as a math student, we will know that e power 0 as equal to 1. So for here we can write another one example, exp of 5, e power 5 value, the answer is 148.4132. The next function is absolute value. Absolute value means the positive value. Here the name of the function is abs. For example, we want to use the mod value, that is the absolute value. Here we can write abs of minus 24. Therefore the result is displayed as plus 24, the positive value. Next one, the logarithmic function. The log base 10 for mathematics is, we are using here log 10 of x. The log 10 is the name and x is an argument. Suppose if you want to use log base e, as we are using log of x. The log is the name and x is an argument. The log base e of 1000, we are enter Matlab, we can get the value of 6.9078. All the examples are using command window only, not in editor window. The next function is the factorial. So the factorial, the name of the function is factorial. You can write fully. Then within the bracket you can use the variable is x. I want to know the factorial of 2, that is 2 factorial means I simply write the command prompt symbol factorial within bracket 2. After enter we can get the result is 2. Similarly, the factorial of 5 we can get the value is 120. The next one is the trigonometric functions in math bulletin function. So we know the trigonometry function as a math student is a sine, cosine, tan, cot, secant, cosecant, etc. The sign of the trigonometry function is we can write sine of within x. Here the most important, each argument x is in the radians only. So we know that the value of pi is a built-in form is we write pi. So therefore the sign pi by 6 is we are written here after command prompt symbol sine of pi divided by 6, sine pi by 6, so value is 0.5. Similarly the cosine value is we can write cos of x, tangent value is we can write tan of x, cotangent value is we can write cot of x. So also we can write the inverse of trigonometry function is we can use a as the first value, then the remaining one can use the trigonometry as usual. That is, if you want to find the value of sine inverse of x min, we write the command for the Matlab is after command prompt symbol or anywhere in a function a sine of x. The inverse is mentioned as here a. Similarly for cos is a cos x, tan inverse is a tan x, cot inverse is a cot x. Also the hyperbolic trigonometry functions are defined as sine h of x, cos h of x, tan h of x and cot h of x. Everywhere that x is only the radians. Similarly, we are going to find the rounding of built-in functions. For example, I take the two numbers 17 divided by 5. We know the result is 3.4. So as a math students, we will know that it is the value is 3. Suppose you can apply in a different way. We can use nearest to 0 or nearest to the infinity or nearest to the minus infinity, and each one having some different commands. The first one is a round of x. So it displayed that the rounds nearest to the integer, that is 3.4 is displayed as 3. The next one is the fix of x. It displayed rounds towards to 0. So I take the example 13 divided by 5. So the value is we know that 2.6. But we take round nearest to 0. That is we are using the command is fix. So therefore the answer displayed only 2, not 3. The next one is seal. It is round the value towards to infinity. So I take the value 11 divided by 5. The answer is we know 2.2. But I using the command seal towards to infinity. Therefore the result is displayed as 3. The floor of x means it is rounds towards to the minus infinity. We want to find the remainder of the values. I take 3 by 2. So if we want the remainder, we can use the command rem 3 comma 2. The numerator is the first, the denominator second. The answer is here 1. Similarly, we can take the two numbers 13 comma 5. The remainder is 3. And the next one is the sign of that integer. The sign of the integer is displayed. If x value should be greater than, the answer is displayed as 1. If x value is less than 0, the answer is displayed as minus 1. And if x is 0, the answer is displayed as 0. So now we are going to see how to define a scalar of variables. First we know what is meant by the variable. Variable is a name made of a letter or a combination of several letters and digits that is assigned a numerical values. The next one point, once a variable is assigned a numerical value, it can be used in mathematical expression, in function, and any Matlab statements and commands. The variable is actually name of the memory location. When new variable is defined, the Matlab allocates an appropriate memory space where the variable is assigned and stored. The next one is when the variable is used, store data is used if the variable is value of the content of the memory location is replaced. So variable is used by the user by the convenient or recall or whatever. So it has some is there. So now we are going to see how to frame a variable. So the first thing, the variable name can be up to 63 character in MATLAB 6.5 version, and characters long with 31 character for 6.0 version. And the first thing, variable can contain letters, digits and the underscore, not special character, that is a comma and ampersand symbol, etc. So next one, every variable must begin with a letter. For example, I write A sin X, Arun, etc. So don't use the letter 7 Ray. It is not a variable because it starts the numerical value. So everyone starts with a letter. And a third one, the MATLAB is case sensitive. It is distinguishes between the uppercase and lowercase letter. For example, you are writing AA, it is one of the variable name, and A caps and small a is another one variable name, and small a capital A is another one variable name. The MATLAB is treated as these three are different names. As a human being, we know that only the name same, but as the MATLAB is treated all are different names. And most important thing, avoid using the name of the built-in function for the variable. That is already we know the what are the built-in functions in the last video. So you should avoid these are in the variable name. For example, cosine value, sine value, sqrt and exp, factorial, etc. These are built-in function. Already we are framed and give some certain names for that. So don't use for the variable name. So next one is the assignment operator. The equal sign is the assignment operator. In MATLAB, the equal sign is called the assignment operator. It is assigns to the value to a variable. So it can be write like that, variable name as left side an equal sign and right side is a numerical value or a computational expression. The left hand side is an assignment operator of the variable name. The right hand side is a either number or computational expression or both. For example, I take a variable a. I want to assign a value 12. We can write like that. In a using command window, we can write like that. The command prompt symbol a equal to 12. After enter, we can get a equal to 12. Similarly, I take another one variable b. So I give the value is 4. We can use like that. After command prompt symbol b equal to 4. So using these two variable, I can frame another one expression c. So c equal to a minus b plus 40 minus a divided by b star 10. So by the process of mathematical operations in MATLAB, so the first one is the division is the first innermost parentheses are expressed. So therefore a minus b is expressed. Then the division is second one. Then we multiply. After addition and subtraction, we can get the result is 18. So next one, if a semicolon is typed at end of the command, then the enter key is pressed, the MATLAB is not displayed as the assigning variable. Already we know in a command working command window. So once again we recall that is if a variable a equal to 5, if you are putting enter with a semicolon, the variable name is not displayed in the command window. So for example, I take a equal to 12 here. The last one we can enter a equal to 12 is displayed. I give the enter end with a semicolon. So the answer 12 is not displayed, 4 is not displayed, and C is also end with a semicolon. Therefore, after enter is not displayed. Once again, I took the same name C. So after command prompt symbol, then we give the enter. The result is displayed. So similarly, we can use some other argument also. The next one, the variable that are exist already can be reassigned a new variable. For example, I take a variable ABB equal to assigned with the value 72, and once again I take the same variable but I give the different value 9. So now I put the enter. The last numerical value is only displayed, and hereafter wherever we are using the variable ABB, all the place the value should be taken only the 9. Similarly, the next one, once a variable is defined, it can be used an argument in a function. I take a value of x is 0.75 and I put the function e equal to sin x square plus cos x square, then we can get the value is 1. For example, if x equal to 0, I take y value is defined as like that. So y, after command prompt symbol, y equal to, I put sin 0. We know the value of sin 0 is 0. So after putting the enter, we can get the value is 0. So this is the way we can frame a variable and give the values for the assigning variable. Thank you.